Hello and welcome to another presentation on nationalism of India during the period 1914. Entire world knows that the period of 1914 to 1918 was a very impactful one in the history of the world. It was a period of World War One. The impact of World War One was very noticeable and profound on India and its economy. The World War One was fought between the Allied powers and the Axis powers, as the Archduke Ferdinand of Austria and his wife were killed by a Bosnian Serb, and the entire superpowers of the country got divided into two power blocks, which were called as Axis powers and the Allied powers. Now, Britain, which was our colonial master, was on the Allied power, and India was its colony. So, what is the impact of the World War One on India? We will see in this presentation. Britain promised India that if we are going to, that is, the Indian soldiers are going to fight on behalf of Britain, then after the war is over, India will be granted freedom. And it started investing so much amount, huge amount as expenditure was invested in the defense, training the soldiers for war and its equipment. Then it was followed by customs duty. The products which were moving to the international market, they had to pass through the customs duty. If we need to have the international market and sell our products in the international market and gain foreign exchange, the Indian producers had to pay the customs duty, which was heavy, that was imposed on them. This was followed by the introduction of income tax, and this income tax was on the salaried employees who had a regular flow of income. In this way, different sections of the people, the industrialists, the normal salaried employees, the other sections who were working in different sectors of the economy to find a livelihood, they all faced that there is a shoot up in the prices. The prices of the essential commodities were rising, and it was difficult for the lower sections who found it very difficult. They had to live in hardships, and that led to poverty. This was followed by forced recruitment or conscriptions. The soldiers of India were compelled to join the army, and they were trained to wage the war with the other powerful blocs on the World War One front. So these soldiers, having no interest, because India is no way directly connected with the World War One, but we were under the colonial rule, and with the imperialistic motives of Britain and the European powers, India was exploited. So to gain freedom, these soldiers had to accept this compulsory military training and forced recruitment, which was also called as conscription. This period of World War One aftermath was followed by a crop failure that affected the agricultural productivity. During the war period, India was a great supplier of cotton and other war materials to Britain. But after 18 to 21, from 1918 to 21, there was a crop failure, and that affected the agricultural productivity, and the demand was also very much affected. This was followed by a disease which is called as influenza, a widespread epidemic that affected the lives and the property of the people. This had an impact on the society and health of the people. So in this way, all sections of the people were affected either directly or indirectly with the World War One. Britain, which was waging the war on the Allied group, it had the colonial support of India, and Indian soldiers had to participate in the war. And our society, socially, economically, politically, India was affected due to the World War One. So I hope the impact of World War One on different spheres and the lives of people is very clear. Thank you.